Well, what's going on, gear lovers? Welcome back to another blade review here at Gideonstactical. I'm Aaron, hanging out with you guys today as we're looking at a little tiny compact fixed blade. We've been doing a lot of these lately because you guys want them. You guys, just like 2023 was like the year of the mini fixed blade. We'll find out if that continues into 2024, but I know a lot of you guys have been curious about a lot of these compact fixed blades we've been testing out here at the channel recently, and I myself have started to gravitate to carrying a compact fixed blade more than I used to. Not so much when I'm out bushcrafting, a day of hiking and camping, like that type of stuff. I still prefer, you know, like 4+ on my blade lengths for my compact like belt knife. That's my preference. But for around the property, around my home, when I am maybe going to run a bunch of errands and I know I'm going to be doing harder stuff like in like gravel yards, wood yards, delivering stuff, you know, doing just different things. I've found myself carrying fixed blades a little bit more often, and it's a blast. I love doing it. And so today we have a Vastid, and leave a comment if you guys do that as well. Nitro-V MINK. This is a MINK, and this is 3.3 inches from handle to tip. And that lines up perfectly with the blade length. So 3.3 inches coming in under that 3.5 that a lot of people require for legal carry of a fixed blade. 1/8 of an inch thick stock. Very high grind. Basically a full flat almost. Almost a full flat grind. You can get stone wash. This is like a blacked out that's showing a little bit of wear there. Now, Nitro-V, for those of you who are not aware, is souped up AEBL steel. They basically took the best properties of AEBL, which is very tough, good, not excellent, you know, wear resistance, but good on a lot of fronts, and is I believe it is a stainless steel. Anyway, they souped it up this with nitrogen and vanadium, is my understanding, is what Nitro-V is, bringing up not only the rust and corrosion resistance, helping out with some durability, as well as wear resistance. So it's kind of like souped up AEBL. So if you like AEBL, this is like the cooler version of it. This is the cooler new brother of it. So what I found right away with the slicing capability of this was bananas. For EDCing, think of a pocket knife, but in fixed blade form, the geometry on the edge is bananas. It just like push cuts through hemp rope, through cordage, through cardboard. Food prepping is like, I mean, your food is going to taste better just by cutting through it with this knife, honestly, to be real with you. It's just going to taste all the better because it's effortless in the edge geometry. So Vastid did an excellent job with how they portrayed and the general utility that you think of a pocket knife, not like a giant woodscraft or bushcraft knife, but in a pocket knife, this operates like some of the best pocket knives I own in its performance of the blade styling. Okay, great little slight sweep right there, great precision tip. Wouldn't be prying out nails or anything with that. Piercing straight on, no problem. But you start prying with this thing, just the way that Nitro-V is and just how thin that tip is, you're gonna more than likely snap it in half. Tip it, break it up right off. So that in the performance world, very pleased with it. Nitro-V, not difficult to put an edge back on with a little bit of elbow grease. You can easily do that. Now, first thing of ergonomics. But before we get to the ergos, I do want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I do invite you to consider subscribing, becoming part of the Gideonstactical crew here. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified. Every week I'm putting up new content like this, breaking down gear and equipment, showing highs and lows. Hit that like button as well. That helps us climb in the recommendations for other knife and gear lovers out there. Always appreciate that. And it's truly you guys in tandem with our sponsors that help me continue to make content just like this. And I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, which is Hardside Hydration. This American-based company is awesome because they have come up with a solution to give us hands-free hydration with a hose, but instead of attaching it to a cumbersome water bladder that's really a headache to, you know, clean and do all that stuff with, it attaches to your rigid water bottles, meaning it's a lot cleaner. Oftentimes you can actually like streamline it more and it's just not as cumbersome. So they're always fine-tuning, updating, and giving more and more variety to the types of rigid water bottles that you can attach this system to, along with the 28mm small mouth bottles like a smart water bottle. So this is an excellent solution if you want that hands-free hydration and you're tired of all those cumbersome water bladders. So I invite you guys to check out all that they have going on. I'll have a link in the description box below where you can explore all the different attributes and aspects, as well as my exclusive 10% off promo code that you can apply towards your very first purchase. So I invite you to hop on over and check out all they have going on. So when it comes to ergos, the first thing that's kind of a problem is the jimp. This is not necessary on this knife. Back here would have been fine. Up here is actually kind of a bear, and I don't really like it. That's right where your thumb goes if you're really like getting aggressive on it, and even back here, it's pretty sharp. Now you could, you know, kind of hit that a little bit with a sander, you know, even some sandpaper, a file, and probably bring off the sharp edges. It's the sharp edges that are the problem. They weren't like rounded. And so it's kind of aggressive. So when I was doing like a feather stick or something like that, that's where it kind of, it wasn't comfortable. Wasn't the first blade that I would pick to do that out of my collection of compact blades. And in tandem with how thin and how high the grind is, it's not the best feather stick maker. We're finding this out with extremely high, either full flat, which this is almost, or extremely high saber grinds that are on like 1/8 inch stocks. They tend to slide off of the wood really quickly, and you really have to put a lot of effort to make a feather stick versus something with a lower saber grind, say like this Bronco, mini Bronco, excuse me, from BOKER with that saber grind. A lot easier to engage with the wood and make a feather stick. It's just not as difficult as with something like this. So that's the first thing, hot spots. And we have here, great for just general grip. Right there, you can see it's out the back. But pretty heavy texture. So again, this, I would not take this hiking. I would not take this camping, bushcrafting. It's just not the ideal tool for this. You know, a multi-day backpacking trip, pick something else. Because the traction, though not super like rough, is definitely textured there. You got 3 screws, and then the shoulders are slightly milled, but that milling transitions straight into like the flattest sides ever. So it doesn't create a hot spot, I think just because of how small it is. You know, I mean, this is only going to be 3.8 inches overall, and you index in there. So it feels fine, and actually reminds me a lot, just for some dimensional, the CJRB Pyrite. I mean, you're basically, you know, it's a pocket knife handle. That's kind of how it is, 0.46 on the thickness there. But, you know, just some more organic transitions, I guess, would have been not, I mean, it's not bad. It's just not like mind-blowingly good. And the finger indexing is good right there. Like, I'm really locked in. So I have full confidence with the traction and stuff. If you were looking at this as like a compact self-defense tool, even the thumb ramp right there, I mean, the texture really locks me in. But again, I'm not going to be like, ooh, let me like make a wood spirit with this. And, oh, I'm going to like fashion a like pipe for Gandalf for Christmas. You know, you're just not going to be doing that with the handle. It is designed for 1 grip, basically, or 2 grips, let's say. And bam, stabbing or aggressive cutting for quick periods of time. That is what this handle is designed for. This is green micarta. They do have black, and then they may have a G10 version. I'm not quite sure off the top of my head. So handle, it's okay. So the sheath on top of that, and this is very light. Let me double check. I forgot the weight to check the weight. I think that's the whole weight. Let me cut away here. Hold on. Yeah, 5.1 for the whole package, 2.8 ounces for the knife itself. That is very, very light for this type of a knife. So basic utility, it does have a lot to offer in that way. Even though it's a pancake designed Kydex sheath, this is actually one of the better sheaths I've seen lately. Excellent snap, dead silent, great thumb ramp to deploy, and you're locked in. There's no walk up in a normal grip, and even in a reverse, boom. I'm ready to deploy in self-defense rolls. So that is actually one of the better Kydex sheaths I've seen on a compact fixed blade in quite a while. And it comes with this kind of like little mini Blade Tech lock type of a thing. So that the sheath is really good. That can ride easily. And if you get like an ulti clip, where's one of my ulti clips? There we go. I'll have a link in the description box below for ulti clips. You could easily ulti clip that thing and front pocket that. That is almost the same diameter as the TRC Polheim, slightly larger, but not by much. So you could easily do something like that, or Molly locks, different things like that. So great job, 0 complaints on that sheath. That is a big win, and that is something definitely to consider because there's a lot of bogus compact sheaths out there. Now, this guy, Vostede, hooked me up with this model. They sent it over. I've been using it for a bit now. This normally goes for $70, $70. You know, made in China. It's okay. You know, I mean, I remember when ESEE Azulas with $10.95 were about that price. I know they're more now. So, you know, you could probably find some more compact blades that are slightly more inexpensive, but that's not a bad price, particularly when we look at a lot of like Civivi blades that are rocking Nitro-V that you know, push button locks that you would be paying the same price. So for a fixed blade, not bad. Let's run in some competitive options here really quick, food for thought. As I showed you earlier, the German-made, made in Germany, the BRONCO Mini, 3.5 inches, right there, much larger, way more organic handle. This you can bushcraft with. This is like, let's grip it all day long. Better saber grind for woods crafting, great piercing tip that actually kind of drops a little bit more. 1/8 of an inch thick, 90-degree spine off the back there, great Kydex sheath, clip, taco design, got a little bit of slap. And this guy is going to be like 105 bucks. I paid at DLT Trading. I will have links over to all the affiliate networks I regularly partner with for this model, as well as the competitive options if you're interested. And exciting news that we just recently started partnering with DLT Trading. Having them in our affiliate network is awesome. So that will be available as well, just for kind of food for thought. So there's that model. There is, just for some size, because we're having some fun here. No, you know, yeah, sure. The SENCILLO that we recently reviewed, very similar like blade performance. So kind of consider that, but a more aggressive tip, more ergonomic handle, better for outdoor woods crafting. This is a more aggressive setup, way bigger, kind of bulkier sheath, better sheath on that model. Nitro-V. MagnaCut version is $170, so basically $100 more, American made, no questions asked warranty, and the A2 version is like $155, something like that, just for a little comparison there. So guys, if you're looking for compact and you are on a budget, you get a good steel, excellent Kydex sheath, and for general quick cuts, a handle that's going to totally lock you in. Hiking, backpacking, way better options out there. And if you just care for better overall blade performance, maybe a saber grind and a little bit more organic handle, there are other options to go with. So this is a good, viable, I would say, EDC self-defense rolled fixed blade. Leave a comment below and let me know your guys' thoughts. What do you think of the Vosteed MINK and its speed and just agility? Particularly if you own one, how has it been performing for you? Always appreciate you guys hanging with me. I hope this video has been fun and entertaining. I do invite you to check out the other video again and to consider subscribing. And until next time, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.